Yo, yo, yo. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We chilling. Y'all already know exactly what time it is, man. We back here to talk about some stuff, man. We finna talk about some stuff that I know that some people be having a bit of a hard time to comprehend or cope with, I guess you could say cope with. And it a lot of, most, well, probably all of it is, honestly, it's going to be personal. Not just personal for me, but it's going to be personal for everybody on a different level. Everybody's going to have, it's going to be personal for everybody on a different level. We'll just say that. We all have things that we do, that we go through. We all have certain things that we do to cope with things that we go through, and sometimes we don't have anything that we can do to cope with what happens to us. you know but the best way to cope with something that happens to you is to just accept the fact that it has happened, and move on with your life. A lot of things, it sucks when that happens to a lot of us, especially with things that are on a bigger scale, in life. But we're gonna get more into that in just a minute. I need every single one of y'all to tap the follow and the bell button in case the live randomly ends. Y'all know how TikTok be sniping people's lives off the algorithms, and y'all found me by way of the algorithm of the For You page, whatever you want to call it. So with that being said, if y'all like what you see and like what you hear, come join the family and tap the follow and the bell button, man. It's free. Mountain Dew hits different, man. That's all I gotta say. Mountain Dew hit different. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. There's certain things in life that you just can't change, man. And no matter which angle, which direction you look at it from, no matter which angle or direction you come at it from, there's nothing that you can do to change what has happened in your life. Whether it be a breakup, whether it be your dog or your cat passed away, or you lost your house or your car, you lost your job. Um, you could even lose a family member. Your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your aunt, somebody that you were close to, even your best friends. They could have done this. They could have done passed away. Your childhood friends could have just up and left your life for no reason, without saying anything at all. There's a lot of things that happen in life that you can't change. And it sucks to hear it because I've been through some things that you just can't change. I didn't have family members that left the earth. I didn't have people in my life that left. I didn't have my own family leave my life. And at first it's what's good, Ronak. I hope that's how you pronounce your name, Ronak or Ronak. I don't. I hope I didn't just butcher your name. But yeah, man. I done had family members walk out of my life. I done had family members pass away. Childhood friends who you thought that you would stay friends with forever. I've done had them leave and walk out of my life without saying anything either. What's good? What's good? I done had pets pass away. I done had all that stuff happen. The only thing that you can do when that stuff happens is accept the fact that it has happened and just keep on trucking. You know, as hard as it is, life don't stop for you because you're having a hard time. The world don't stop for you because you're having a hard time. Everybody has a hard time. There's a lot of people out there that are having a much harder time than you are right now. There's some people out there right now when it's cold are living on the streets because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got no family that wants to help them. They ain't got no job, no nothing. No car that they could live in. They don't have anything. All they have is a blanket and a pillow and maybe a bag, and that's it. And some people don't even have that. Some people don't even have a pillow. Some people don't even have a blanket. Some people only have a bag, and some people don't even have a bag. You know, we sit here and complain about how this and that's happened when you could literally be on the streets right now with no food, no water, barely any water, nothing to keep you warm at night when it's cold outside. The only way to cope with what's happened to you is to accept the fact that it has happened to you and keep moving on. Otherwise, you will stay stuck where you're at. The world won't stop. You'll stop, but the world won't stop. And it sucks. It's one of those things that's hard to deal with. It's one of those things that's hard to cope with, to understand. A lot of people they turn to addictions to cope with things that have happened to them in their lives, whether it be cigarettes or alcohol or marijuana or, you know, controlled substances, stronger ones, you know, the powder and the needle and stuff like that. A lot of people turn to that kind of stuff when tragedies happen in their life. And while it's on a certain level, it's almost understandable why, because they want to get away with it. But it doesn't excuse the fact that you're still doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing, like certain like substances and just destroying your body with cigarettes and alcohol and stuff like that. You know, there's no excuse for destroying your body. There's no excuse for running away from your problems with a controlled substance. There's not. You are destroying yourself even more. It don't help. It don't help your situation. It don't help your problem. It makes it worse. You dig a deeper hole for yourself because now, say you lost your job, right? Where you gonna get more money at? You lost your job, and you mad. You depressed. You thinking, oh, I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose that. Next thing you know, you turn to the powder. You turn to the powder. What's that gonna do? Now guess what? Now you're addicted. Now you're tripping trying to figure out when you're gonna get your next fix. When you should be worried about where you're gonna get your next job at. And because you ain't worried about where you're getting your next job at, you get an eviction notice. Because you're too busy chasing that next fix. Next thing you know, you're out in the streets or you're in your car. You in your car, still trying to figure out where you're gonna get your next fix from. Guess what? Now your car get repoed because you ain't worried about where your next job gonna be at. You ain't you ain't worried about trying to pay your bills. You ain't worried about paying your car note. You ain't worried about getting another job. You worried about your next fix. A lot of people run to that kind of stuff, you know, when they've had tragedies in their life. I've sort of kind of been there, you know, not to that extent. It wasn't with a stronger substance. It was just with marijuana, you know, and cigarettes and vapes and stuff like that. But even then, that is still bad, you know. If you smoke marijuana, you know, every now and then, if you can keep it under control, there's really no problem with it. You know, if you can 100% for sure keep it under control and not let it get out of hand, I don't really see the problem with it. You know, but all that cigarettes and stuff, the vapes and all that stuff, and all the other controlled substances, there's no need for all that. It's just more stuff for um, the big companies to profit off of from our destruction. You know, but there's no need for all that other stuff. So the best thing that you can do when something happens in your life is just accept the fact that it has happened to you and figure out a way around it. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck in limbo while the whole world is still moving. Everybody else around you is still moving. Everybody's still carrying on with their business like usual, and you still stuck sitting there. Like, what am I gonna do next? So yeah, accept the fact that thing has happened to you, whatever it is. Figure out a way to move past it. Figure out a way to get over it, and keep on trucking. And with that being said, man, I'm up out of here. I'll be right back with the next episode. Deuces.